This video review is being brought to you by PrimeToys.net. PrimeToys.net, where you can get collector-grade toys at not the collector-grade prices. And I'm a reviewer, so let the reviews be joined. Hey guys, this is your friend Dynamite here once again with you for another video review. And as you can see today, we're going to look at the new, apart from the new series that's out now here in 2015. The new Transformers Robots in the Skies, Minicon Deployer Drift. Not too bad of a little figure. If you've been watching the new show that's on the series, Drift has come into play as basically a Minicon Deployer. He carries a couple of Minicons with him that he launches and fights with and stuff. And he's basically almost like the Age of Extinction movie, just a different color scheme and everything with him. The character on the cartoon is not too bad of a character. I do dig him in the cartoon. Sadly, I haven't watched all this first season that's out now, or at least if you've been watching it online, it's out. You can watch all of it. I currently am up to just past where Windblade shows up. I think I got like maybe 2 or 3 more episodes left to watch. I just haven't gotten around to watching them yet. But enough of that. Let's look at Drift here. But we're not going to look at just Drift. We're going to look at what else he comes with, which will slide this back just a little bit so we can bring it in. And this is his little Minicon that comes with him. This is Jetstorm. As you can see, Jetstorm this is basically the way he comes in the box. Jetstorm comes with all these weaponries and armor that you can put on him, which is pretty cool. I like the way they have these guys on here, or have it on here. If you remember the old Ninja Turtle figures, they actually had the little weapons rack that they put it on. You know, basically had all the weapons on when you first bought the figure and got it out of the box, and you just popped them off. That's basically what they've done here, but they got it like in a nice, cool shape of the Autobot insignia, at least from the RID line. And it's still pretty cool. I mean, it's really nice. As you see, I haven't taken it off, the weapons off yet, mostly because I don't want to really lose them. I kind of like the way this looks without it. I may, at some point, try to get me another one, either another Minicon with this, or just buy another Drift, or just try to find the weapons or something. Oh, who knows, on down the right I might just go ahead and break these off. But still, it's not too bad. But on the weaponry, let's look at the weapons before we look at Jetstorm here. And we'll set him down here for a minute. As you can see, the weapons, he's got a little like helmet piece here, another one here, and he's got a couple like swords and a couple little other pieces of armor. Basically all these pieces are armor, except for, of course, the weapons. I believe this one's supposed to peg into the, let's see, I know these are like the legs. This is like on of course, his hands, and you got just different pieces here. But the helmet is really nice. Nice work on it. Same here with this piece here, and the swords are really nice too. All in all, pretty cool little setup. You could actually, if you got a little hook or something, you could probably hang this up and put, because it has here on Jetstorm, he has a little hole right there in his back where you basically peg them into this little piece, basically the armor or this setup for it. I don't know if I can get it in there. There we go. And if you want to, you can like get a little hook or something. You can just kind of hang them like that. It still looks pretty cool like that. So it's an option for you if you want to do that. I mean, it's pretty neat. But let's look at, of course, let's pull Jetstorm off here. We'll set this aside and we'll look at him. Very nice detail work on him. He's got a nice little head sculpt there. The armor body is really nice. He's got, of course, mine's kind of sliding here because I don't got him locked down. There we go. Of course, you got the Autobot logo there in the center, which, of course, if you use the app on your phone, if you have the Robots in Disguise game, you can scan this and get him as a playable character. Of course, on the back, you have a little bit of detail work there, little open gaps here and here on the back of his body, but it's nothing real big considering his size and everything. But there's nothing articulation wise, he's not really got a whole lot. Doesn't move on the head, his arms and that don't move, neither do his legs. He's basically just a statue almost, but you put all the weaponry on him, he does look pretty good. And you just fold him up and he's just basically a disc. This is his deploying mode which, you know, once you launch them and everything, and you go, you catch them and whatnot, and you go to transform back, you just basically pull his legs down, lock, and you'll hear it click there. I'll do it one more time. Just pull, and you hear it click. That's it, locking it into place. But it's not shabby at all. Nice little detail work on them. But before we also, if you watch the show, Drift here has not one minicon, but he has two. But currently out there, you can get at least 3 for each of these guys for Drift and the Decepticon version of them. And the other guy also managed to pick him up. Here is Slipstream. He is basically the same exact thing, same weapon. Well, not the same exact weapons and stuff, but he's still got a little bit of difference in weaponry. You know, he's got, of course, 2 little swords. There's his helmet. There's the back piece of his helmet. You know, he's got different pieces of armor. Basically the same deal with him. I mean, it's just exact difference, just a little different color scheme. And of course, as you can see, his weapons are basically orange, where Jetstorm's is red. Not bad at all, but a good way to keep them separate. Because it would have looked bad if you had taken this one and put all this red. Kind of would have clashed kind of bad, and kind of made it. You know, if you put all this armor, I'm not even positive if you can put all this armor on this guy or not, but it would kind of not let it stand out as much as it would on Jetstorm there. But we'll set this back aside. And, you know, basically the same with Slipstream here. You got, of course, the little logo here to scan if you want to put them in your game. Good detail work on the head sculpt. Same articulation, none at all. Locks into place. Same bit for transformation. Just little got red disc instead of, you know, the black for Slipstream or Jetstorm there. You just pull it up until it locks. And there you go. I mean, these are basically the 2 minicons Drift carries around on the show. If they're going to bring the other ones in, I have yet to see, but I don't know. But all in all, these guys, and also in the show, well, I'll get into this bit here in a minute. Let's set these guys back aside, and let's look at Drift himself. Car mode wise, he's not bad. I mean, it's basically built around the deployer unit here, which is what this is. It's not bad. You see, the only real problem I have with this is right here. This is, of course, basically the hinge bend point for the deployer for when it transforms to a robot mode, which ain't too bad. It kind of sticks out a little bit. I kind of wish they could have done something here to kind of cover that up, but it is what it is. And this is, of course, smaller than I would have liked. This is basically about a deluxe size figure. It could have. I kind of wish it could have been bigger, like to a Voyager size, just to make it stand out a little bit more and give you a little bit more to work with. But it is what it is for this. Nice. He's got, of course, got the orange paint job. It's got a little bit of red back in here, and of course all this black all around. Of course, you flip it over and you have basically a part of a robot underside. Of course, and you got Drift up under here. But we'll look all at his robot mode here in just a moment when we transform him. Which transformation is very, very simple. Nothing to it really at all. But before we transform him, let's go ahead and show what it looks like with his deployer in his vehicle mode. We're going to take Jetstorm here and just fold him up into his disc form. And you'll flip it where basically the Autobot insignia is on top. And you'll see how it just basically just slides straight in and locks. Nice and tight in there. Now to launch them, I'm actually going to put Slipstream here as a target, and you just point it and just pull the little switch here, and that's what launches them. As you can see, he took out his partner there, which kind of bad, but good way to demonstrate. Let's pick them out, and we'll set both of these guys up out of the way so we can just get Drift here transformed. Real simple again. To start off, you just pull right here, right underneath the front end of the engine. You can see how it's going to separate out all up here. Well, I'm getting my fingers caught here. Oh yeah, almost. I got to do this first. I always want to start with the feet, but okay, come on now, work with me. What am I getting catch on? Oh yeah, got to separate this out and this out first. I always forget about that. But next you want to, once you get this separated out, you'll straighten these out. Straighten this all the way down. You lock it into place as you hear that click. You straighten this down, flip it back around. Well, almost forgot to flip the... I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's turn this over as you can see. At this point, you want to flip this down, straighten this out, because this is basically becoming his foot. And then rotate this piece up. And as you rotate it up, you have this hinge here, right there. Or excuse me, peg, and this peg hole right here, which you just peg that in. And once you get it pegged in, you straighten that out to form his foot. Which sadly, this is going to be one of the issues I have with right here. I'll show you in a moment. Rotate this other side down, lock it into place. Do the same on this side. Rotate that. Rotate this up, like so, and just peg it in. Which mine, I just missed the peg hole. Come on, get in there. Where am I missing it? Ah, that's why I'm pushing it down too far. Turn around so I can see here. There's the peg hole right there on this side. I'm missing it completely with the peg, because I'm pushing it too high. Hey, there we go. Alright. You turn this around, and as you can see, this is one of the main issues I have with the legs. See how they go together? There's not really a way to pull them out, to lock them, to make it stand like so. They keep wanting to do that. I mean, that's... It kind of looks weird. I mean, it kind of separates them out because it actually works with the legs here, but it wants to do that. It's just one little iffy with the figure. Now up here, let's raise the camera up just a bit. Up here on the upper arm, you want to bring this piece down, and it will too just slide in like so. It doesn't really peg in anywhere. Same with this side. Just lock it down. The deployer unit up here, you basically rotate it like so backwards, and then you spin it down like so, and that's it. This is Drift in his robot mode. What can I say? They kind of, I don't say they missed the bar, but they kind of could have done a little bit better with this guy. Don't get me wrong, the detail work, like for his head and body and all, is pretty nice, but they lacked a lot in this guy. Example, articulation, no head movement. He does move his arms around, no elbow, nothing else on that. No leg, no waist, just nothing in the feet at all. This is basically, boom, that's it. That's all you got for him. You can't really pose them real well. I mean, as you can see here, this arm can't even raise up all the way because of the way the joint is here with the deployer. It kind of hinders it. It's on like a release switch or something there. It's kind of weird. This one, of course, doesn't have it at all. Swings around no problem. Now, can you do anything with this with the deployer? Yes, you can. If you want to keep this flipped around like so, well, come on, flip it around. You can keep it up here, and you can kind of do something with it. I mean, that's the best basically you're going to do. You can't really swivel it, not without breaking it. As you can see, the way the joint back here and the release and stuff, you can't really twist it. If they had put a little swivel here, that might have helped it, just to give it, where you can launch, maybe have them up here and launch it here, or even swivel it down. Because in the show, when he's in his robot form, the minicons here, like Jetstorm here, well, when they're in their disc mode, they basically attach here on his forearm, and they launch from there, which is actually pretty cool. I do dig the way that's set for him in the robot form. But they don't do that here. I kind of wish they had. That's why I kind of wish this guy was bigger. And just to show what I mean by this, I'm going to bring in a few other figures for the size comparison to. Here is Generations Swerve. Yeah, he is bigger than Swerve. Granted, the RID line are different style. This is basically like the Warrior class or Deluxe class figure for this. So you got Swerve here, basically, you know, a lot smaller, of course. Well, we got we'll bring in Generations Windblade, which again, she is just a smidge shorter, not by much. Mostly the antenna and stuff here, as you can see, kind of, well, the way the camera is, it is kind of a little bit, well, you know, you can see he is just a bit taller than Windblade is. Here, I knocked Windblade's scabbard off, but we'll move her out of the way. We're going to bring in the Warrior class Drift, or Deluxe Drift, and you can see he is taller just a bit than his counterpart, his other version. Not by much, I mean, but still, it's not bad. I have to admit, I like this one a lot better than I do this guy right now, but, you know, it is what it is. You can't even, I'm just going to show this too. This is, of course, his swords from the regular Drift. You can't even stick these guys in his hands anywhere. You see there, you know, just a little, just use these as an example. Well, you kind of can on that side. It actually holds it pretty well. You can't do it on the other side. So he can hold one weapon if you got an extra one sword for him. But, you know, that is what it is. We'll just put this back in here, and we'll set this guy out of the way, and we'll bring in Voyager. We're actually going to bring in Voyager Cyclonus, and as you can see, definitely stands taller than Drift. And I'm also going to bring in one other Voyager size. We'll bring in Brainstorm here, just so you can kind of see the comparison also with the Combiner Wars. I do kind of wish this Drift was basically this size, just to be bigger and to give him more, you know, articulation, basically, like, you know, Brainstorm here. And maybe they could have done something with the forearms to put the, you know, the mini cons on there and stuff. They actually didn't even have to put the deployer system in. They could have put like pegs, just like the from Armada, into it. But let's put these guys out of the way. Keep drifting here. Brainstorm and Cyclonus. And do I recommend this guy? Yeah, if you want to collect Drift, I would. I mean, he's not bad at all. But he does have his issues. Again, like I said, I kind of wish he was bigger. But it's not bad. There is a third minicon out there, by the way, for this guy. I think his name is Sawback. It's like a steel jaw looking, you know, if you have the G1 steel jaw figure, like a little tiger looking minicon, which isn't bad looking. You can pick all these little minicons up for $5. I mean, they're kind of worth it for the $5, at least in my book. But issue-wise on this guy, you know, his legs, wishing he was taller, more articulation. This is actually one figure I don't want to fully recommend to you guys. I mean, it's one there that's, he's there for the, I think, for this launching deal. This is basically what I believe they built the figure around, just for this, the deploying. But it's not too bad. It's not I won't say it's not the worst figure I've seen, but it could have been better. It definitely could have been better. But lastly, guys, before I sign off here, as usual, if you want to pick this up, feel free. I'm not going to tell you yes, tell you no on this one, because it's kind of iffy. I mean, the head sculpt and stuff, he does have his pluses, but he also has a lot of minuses. But lastly, guys, this is just me going to say, if you want to pick this guy up, sadly, Prime Toys does not have this guy in stock yet on their website. They do have other stuff, so be sure to check them out. You can go on there and you pick up anything, and then check out the Transmissions podcast, which is a fellow representative of the PrimeToys.net. Use the transmissions code, or the coupon code Transmissions September, and you can get 10% off your order. They do have PrimeToys.net does have a bunch of other stuff in stock that you can get. They actually have some other Transformers Robots in Disguise series that you can pick up, like this other drift here I showed you. They do have him in stock. I do highly recommend picking him up, but I will have a review up for him pretty soon. But otherwise, guys, I also have links to my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Gmail account if you guys want to email me. But like always, guys, please like, comment, and share this video. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. And it's done by saying thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.